3 days ago, as you may have seen, my focus was on the immediate past, on the importance of leading with truth and integrity, on the difficult times our country faced in lockdown, and on the fact that those who make the rules shouldn't break the rules. Now, I set out my position on that question and the difference between me and the Conservative Party, now desperately trying to launder its integrity, even as it stood by an unfit Prime Minister to the bitter end. Today, I want to put my focus where it ought to be, where it will be every day between now and the next general election, on the future, on the sort of nation that Britain can be, and the sort of nation Labour wants it to be. Because at the moment, Britain is stuck with a tanking economy, stuck at home, unable to get a passport or a flight, stuck on the phone trying to book a GP appointment. Our taxes are going up. Food and energy bills are out of control. And many of the public services that we rely on have simply stopped working. Britain deserves better than this. We need a fresh start. And I know you'd expect me to say this, but we're not going to get that from a Conservative Party infected with the chaos virus caught from Boris Johnson. Only Labour can reboot our economy and end the cost of living crisis. Only Labour can revitalise our public services and re-energise our communities. Only Labour can unite the country and clean up politics. These 3 tasks will define my government, because until we address them, we leave ourselves vulnerable to the shocks and crises we've endured this past long decade. Yet the way I see it, the challenges we face, climate change, technology, an ageing population, are an opportunity to re-energise Britain. Some nation is going to lead the world in new nuclear power. Why not this one? Some nation will create the first generation of quantum computers. Why not us? Some nation will design medicines personally to match our unique DNA. Why not Britain? This determination to move Britain forward is what drives me. Britain should be a confident and prosperous nation. But at the moment, it's full of people worried about the next bill coming through the letterbox. Take Zoe from Sunderland, just down the road. Like many people, Zoe's gas and electricity bills have doubled. She says, "I'm struggling to get by. I haven't managed a full shop for food in over a month. The cost of living is scaring me, and the future looks terrifying." Now, I've been up and down the country a lot recently. It's one of the good things about this job. And let me tell you, I've heard a version of Zoe's words from almost everyone I've met. Her words reflect the reality facing millions of working people in Britain right now. People like my family. I didn't come from a privileged background. My start in life was completely ordinary. Dad was a toolmaker. Mum was a nurse. Our house was a pebbled dash semi, and we had a Ford Cortina. Now, this was the 1970s. But I owe everything, all my values, to my upbringing, my work ethic and dedication to public service. But the real gift my parents gave me was the opportunity to get on, And that's why I came into politics. I've been lucky enough to take a journey through my life, from a working-class family to head of the Crown Prosecution Service. So when I say I don't want anyone in this country held back by their circumstances, you know, it's not just words. It's why, for me, the state of our economy is personal. Because when people like Zoe are so scared about the future, when our economy is so racked by low growth and insecurity, then working people get stuck. And that means Britain gets stuck. The most important goal of my Labour government will be to grow the economy. And we will not accept growth that doesn't improve people's lives. An economy can grow and leave some of its people behind. But a nation cannot grow in that way. Not long ago, I was in Burnley, and I was left in no doubt by the people I met there. They had great ambitions for themselves and for their town. But they don't have a government that shares that ambition. Boosterism and wishful thinking are not the same as ambition. And if you don't have a plan to make your hopes real, all you're selling is an illusion. Now, the other thing my background gives me is impatience. If you're born without privilege, you don't have time for messing around. You don't walk around problems without fixing them, or surrender to the instincts of organisations that look to preserve themselves rather than modernise. So, believe it or not, I'm not that interested in the political game, the daily saga of who's up and who's down in Westminster. No, not even this week or last. I'm impatient to get things done. I can see what's wrong with Britain, and I want to fix it. It's what I've done with our own party. When I took this job on in April 2020, I knew we had a big task before us. We had to change our party and prepare for power all in one go. Not change for change's sake, but change with a purpose. To remake a Labour Party that understands its purpose is service, not self-indulgence. Country first, party second. That's why we had to root out the anti-Semitism which had infected our party. That's why we had to show our support for NATO is non-negotiable. Show that we want business to thrive and to prosper, and shed policies that won't work. The Labour Party was stuck in opposition, stuck licking its wounds after 4 painful defeats. Of course, we still have more to do. But now Labour is moving forward again. And this is what I will do for Britain. And I will do it with a plan to tackle the 3 biggest issues that we face. Rebooting our economy and ending the cost of living crisis. Revitalising our public services and re-energising our communities. And uniting the country and cleaning up politics.